Good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update. And this update is for Tuesday, the 10th of October. It's hard to believe we're a third of the way through already. 10th of October, 2023, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. It's been a battle all morning. You know, I get up 3 in the morning, 3:30, and I start watching markets. I'm actually writing at 4:30 in the morning my newsletter. And as I'm looking at what's going on, it was a battle this morning. So far as days getting later on, as we head towards the actual opening of the New York Stock Exchange, the market is lifting itself up. You've given up quite a bit of the gain that you had in the gold. Copper's back down. Silver's back down. Copper getting hit because China's not done too much about the problems that Country Garden and we are looking at Evergrande, big problems. IMF mentions this today. The IMF came out and they started talking about different things that are affecting Japan, China, so on and so forth. And they are pointing out a number of issues that China's got. The question is China going to mull and do something to make growth happen? That is a word that's coming out of there right now that they are thinking about that. On the energy market, stability. Israel claims that they have the border secured after 4 days. In today's report, I give you a map that shows what the missiles that are coming out of Gaza, the length and how far they can go. Now, this has nothing to do with Hezbollah that's in Lebanon, and that's a whole different game should they enter the war, but they're not in the war at this point, and they'd be wise to stay out of it because Israel has no taste for it. It would be devastating if they even think of doing that. I mean, you've got a country that's got 300,000 troops mobilized. They are ready for anything that you're going to do, and the response will be swift and disastrous. If you look at the dollar, stable against most currencies. Now, not surprised that we're getting more of a rally in the currencies. Did you look at the lost embedded readings, how the markets have been coming up, what they're doing with them? Super, super important. So, today's data. We have the National Federation of Independent Businesses, their Business Optimism Index, and it slipped from 91.3 a month ago to 90.8 for September. In retail sales, running here at the higher end. They've been running 3.5%, 4%. Now they're solidly at 4%. Consumers still buying. End of discussion. That's what it is. U.S. wholesale inventories and sales data come out at 9 this morning. Analysts are forecasting wholesale inventories down 1/10 in August, and that compares with the prior months down 0.2, so that would be an improvement. API figures were going to be released this afternoon. They'll be delayed until tomorrow. Why? Because of the Indigenous Day. Remember that? And they'll push back the EIA as well. 4 Fed members are going to speak today. So we had 2 yesterday, Logan and Jefferson. Now today we get the other members coming out, another 4 of them. Yesterday's members were more on the dovish side. And you saw the 10-year yield now slip to 4.66. That's amongst the lowest of the month so far. And as I said, IMF announced a number of downgrades in world economies today to see what's going on. And as you can see, what I said, we're getting that bid coming into the market as we're getting ready for the opening here. In the grain market, Thursday is when we're going to get the next big USDA report. And we'll get a real good idea of yields, crop sizes, and where we're at, both world and U.S. Very important report. I always look at this as the report that pretty well sets where we're at. Do we make a harvest low off of it is always a question that I'm asking myself. Now, you hear me talk all these terms for you, and I think they're important. And one of the ways you can learn is our futures trading kit. Charting software, courses, both mine, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. We put this all in chapters for you to help you get going with your trading. You will get from us an email. You open it up. You can put it on your desktop or save it into a file wherever you want. It just starts going for you. Chart patterns. Print this out. Keep it on your desk. Learn what the different patterns going. Oh, wow. Now, not only do we have the pivot point course that's free to you and my Haroon indicator in there, but also my cause and effect sheet. I wrote this back when Volcker was Fed chair. I always look at it. M1, M2, M3. all the CME groups, and we're always updating. In other words, we link right into them, so this gets updated for you. Free courses to learn with. So charting software, access to market information. If you want to try our price counts, you want to try my research, if you haven't tried it, it's all here. IraEpstein.com, free offers. Move your cursor to the top, give it a click, and away you go. I'm Ira. I'll talk to you at the end of the day as we review what the markets have done. You have a good trading day.